Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with my review of the G.I. Joe Retaliation Crimson Guard figure. Now get a good look at this guy here in the packaging. From what I understand, this figure's been done for quite some time, kind of a reimagining of our classic Crimson Guard, and was intended to come out with the Pursuit of Cobra line. That line, however, didn't hold up as well as we would have liked, and this guy didn't make it to retail. However, it is nice to finally see him getting into the line. He looks like a fantastic reimagining of the character. Comes with a backpack, a sword, knife, handgun, rifle, base, and it looks like there's another gun back there behind the plastic. Not crazy about the fact we can't see all his gear, but it always is a nice little surprise, especially with this wave where they cut out all most of the crappy little grapple lines. On the back here, you got a couple of nice poses, and his rib says the Crimson Guard are elite shock troopers that report directly to Cobra Commander. They are tough and powerful fighters, challenging the G.I. Joe team in hand-to-hand combat and unleashing their weapons with steel-eyed skill in a wild shootout. So, very, very nice. That being said, not too much else to say about the packaging. Let's open this guy up. So before we go on to the actual Crimson Guard, this was a great little surprise in the packaging. You actually have a little sticker sheet for his rank, which if you zoom in there, it says choose rank and division, apply appropriate labels to the figure's chest and left arm. So a lot of great stuff on there. You see the fire bat, just phenomenal thing. You know, this is one of those things where if I had got this guy at retail and I found a couple more on the peg, opening this up pretty much guarantee I'd be rushing back to the store right now to buy the rest of them. But I love this. And that being said, let's move on to the actual figure. And here we have the Cobra Crimson Guard. This is another great army builder from this awesome wave of G.I. Joe. I'm loving all the way his gear fits on him. You know, in the box, I'll admit, he looked a little plain, but once you're out, you got his rank on him. I mean, that is just some good stuff. Almost all his gear fits on him. I have two guns that I haven't put on him yet, as you can see here. But this is a beautiful looking figure. I'm loving how they kind of changed up the helmet. Putting the rank on is just a great idea. I had that figure in my hand, didn't even know that was a little Easter egg to it. As you can see, he's got a sheath for his knife, a holster for his handgun, and I don't know if you'd call that a scabbard. I don't know exactly what it's called when there's only a little loop, but he's got a little place for his sword. Very, very nice. Zooming back out. Pulling him off his base here. Once again, the standard, well, the now standard Retaliation base. Glad to have a base. Not thrilled with a base they chose to give us. Standard gun. The weapons all fit nicely. You know, you don't have to worry about these popping out at all. It is kind of awkward to get his knife out of his leg. You have to kind of bend his leg forward. And finally, his sword. Love the sword. Saw some pictures online with him with the sword, and in the beginning I thought that was just people who had him in hand, kind of modding him up, you know, putting extra accessories with him. But nope. And I definitely love this because while some kids, you know, Hasbro may like the fact that kids might think, oh, it's kind of a ninja vibe, it's very much, you know, for ceremony. These are the top dogs at Cobra. Well, some of the top dogs, you know. And that just looks great. I mean, I say this in every review where I'm doing an army builder, but I wish this was the, you know, one that had flooded retailers in the beginning. I would have bought so many of these, and I would have had to pay, you know, online prices or scalper markup. But his articulation, you sacrifice a little in the head to get the move, well, for the helmet. But as you can see, once you move it around a little bit, it frees up. You get the full 360. Arms go out. Do a full 360. Got to kind of watch the backpack. Bend and spin at the elbow. Spin at the wrist and hinge. Always good to see that hinge. Once again, with the vest, which is over here, you can pop that off. Oh, that is... I usually don't pull all the vest off in my reviews, but after seeing that, I'm going to kind of pull this guy's off real quick. If I can get it over this top little notch here. Beneath it is pretty much the standard Crimson Guard deal. Gotta love that. With his previous little outfit and rank on there. That's a great little surprise. I didn't know that would be reused. So you can pull off this vest and it looks just as good without it. Glad I actually noticed that. Let's slip him back into this and get on with his articulation. And there we go. Really not that hard. So pulling him, pegging this back in, and putting his helmet and head back on. So, as you can see, the vest does limit the articulation, but definitely worth it. Let's go forward and out. Double joint at the knee. Have an ankle joint, which does not appear to have a pivot. So, this is a great, oh look, you can even pull the little, well, doesn't look like it's removable, but you could get the sword, scabbard, whatever you want to call it, off his back if you wanted to. This is a great addition to the G.I. Joe line. It's a great reimagining of a great, well, more recognizable older trooper. Shame we didn't get this in the actual Pursuit line, but I am loving it. And I say this every time I do these reviews. I wish I could find more of these in stores. At the time of making this video, it's still pretty early. There's a chance that we may see a lot more of these hit Walmart if Walmart keeps up with the line. If I can get his handgun in here. Yeah, well, I'll fix him in a second before I put him on a shelf. But I love this figure. I love the additional, choose your rank, choose your section. That's fantastic, and I highly recommend this figure. And that being said, this is JTrain997, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.